is often said that the change you want to see starts with you. But on the show, the change you want to be starts with working hard, playing hard for the people around you, and changing one life. How Can We Help You is proudly brought to you by First National Bank. And on this show, we gather around, we play a few rounds, and at the end of it, we take that money to that deserving benefactor. Of course, I want you and you and you to come together, because I believe that when we get together, we make a difference.
I'm tired of this country, but things are never gonna change.
Hi. The one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. And Ghana, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because, Charlie, we know
if we don't change,
things won't change.
Renaissance and Sayaba. Titum.
Yes! Power! Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us! We are the changeables.
Changeables? What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
So life is about options. And when you do find a young person who has decided to make the option that would bring him closer to making sure that his education is as close to excellence as possible, you have no choice but to reach out and help. Take a look.
My name is Senameh Tetteh. I'm 21 years old and I attend school at Tetteh Technical Training Center. My father died 6 years ago. I live with my mom and 3 siblings, 2 boys and 1 girl. My mother is a seamstress, but anytime she tries sewing dresses for people, she feels pain in the hand and she'll go for prayer camp about 1 month before she comes back. I stay with my auntie at Nungwa before going to school at Tetteh Technical Training Center.
In Sister Bini, she is Papa Beji. I feel pane. You were in Sister Langwe Taylor, a castle machine. You were me, na school at Tetteh. In here by Jenny, meanwhile, a few.
I stay with my friend in the house. The house is a compound house, so the learning is not conducive for us. Anytime we try learning, the noise in the house disturbs us. We are 4 in a room. Anytime we try to on the light at dawn and learn, they complain that the light affects their eyes, so they can't sleep. So, and this is affecting our learning. Because of financial problem, my mother is not able to send me money always. And my auntie too is a fishmonger at Tema. So because of that, we find it difficult to go to school at times. And then if we go to school, because we don't have money, we walk home. From my house to the school is very, very far. And walking at dawn to the school and sometimes walking back home is very tedious. Due to these problems, I wish I could get a hostel closer to the school so that all my plans to become electrical engineer in future will be fulfilled. So I need help.
I'm praying that if Prosper gets help, me too, I'll stay with him. Obi anemita wamu. Koni ibana chu ni bank school. Alo heni mo ba na wamu ale ni bank school. Ne ba nye a school mla. Ne nye cafe ni un ke ya hin ham. Ni pa fa koni awale ham.
Now it is time to bring Prosper's dream into a reality. And the person who will be helping him do that is called Richard. Richard, you're welcome onto the show. Richard, stand right next to me. So before we go into the game, tell me about yourself.
Well, Richard Anaman. And a student at the Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Hey,
And of
journalist
course,
in the making.
a student journalist as well. So,
all right. What kind of journalism would you like to practice?
Investigative journalism.
Investigative journalism.
Yes.
So what about it, intrigues you?
Well, I think the fact that there are a lot of things that goes on in society and most people are not aware about it. And so I think it's important that as an upcoming journalist, I, as much as possible, dig down and bring out the cracks of every matter into the public domain for them to know what exactly is going on behind the curtains.
Wonderful. And it takes quite a lot of guts to be a glorious investigative journalist. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
But you're here to play today for Prosper.
Yes.
What's your connection to Prosper?
Well, I have lived in Lingua for quite some years now, and Prosper happens to live around the same enclave. And so I go to Teshi more often, and so I got to know Prosper through a friend who told me that Prosper, for some reason, is having challenges with money or finance going to school. So I think this would be a great opportunity for me to help him get quality education.
Fist pump. I love a selfless individual. So Richard, you're going to play 3 cool rounds. It's not hard. Cry.
Right.
Oh, ask anybody who has been on this show. It's easy. You just have to make sure you keep the 5,000 Ghana cedis in your account.
Right.
And we're doing this for Prosper. Okay? So Richard is ready. You ready for the first round?
Very ready.
Richard is ready for round 1, the razor round. Richard, round 1 is easy. Please show me how much Richard has in round 1. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Okay? You play to keep this money in the account. Every mistake you make, you will see that this money will just be going lower and lower. So you're playing so that you can keep as much of this 1,000 Ghana cedis in your account. I'm going to start off by asking you which day born you are.
Wednesday.
You're Wednesday, so what do they call you at home?
Kweku.
Kweku. Kwaku. Ana Kweku.
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 Yes.
All right. So let's go with Kweku's round 1. Here we go. What was the first capital of the Ga Adangle? Was it Accra, Ayawaso, Krobodumase, or Tema? Ten seconds. Accra, Ayawaso, Krobodumase, or Tema?
Ayawaso.
Ayawaso, and that is correct. Okay, question number 2. Which of the following was not a British colony? The Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, or Nigeria?
Liberia.
Liberia. Are you sure?
Very much.
Because Liberians speak English though.
Yes, they do.
You're sure it's Liberia? Is it Liberia? Correct. It is Liberia. Third question. Which of the following is not an indigenous Ghanaian language? Is it Dagari, Dan, Ewe, or Hausa? Indigenous Ghanaian language. It is not Dagari, Dan, Ewe, or Hausa.
Hausa.
You sure?
Yes.
A lot of people speak Hausa. You're right. Okay, next question. Which of the following is not a latitude? Why are you laughing? Hey! You can see the end. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, International Dateline, or Arctic Circle is not a latitude. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, International Dateline, or Arctic Circle.
The equator.
The what?
Equator.
It's the International Dateline. It's not a latitude. All right, next question, please. Which country first hosted the FIFA World Cup? You look like a soccer, what's it called? Connoisseur. Uruguay, England, Germany, or Mexico?
Uruguay.
Are you sure?
Very much.
The first country?
Yes.
FIFA World Cup.
Yes.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Next question. What is the longest river in West Africa? Is it River Senegal, River Volta, River Niger, or River Gambia? The longest in West Africa. Not in Africa, West Africa. Senegal, Volta, Niger, or Gambia?
River Niger.
River Niger?
Yes.
All right, some people call it River Niger. All right, correct. Let's go to the next question. Which of the following towns is well noted for manganese mining? Is it Nsuta, Obuasi, Takwa, or Akwetia? Manganese mining or manganese. Nsuta, Obuasi, Takwa, or Akwetia?
It should be Takwa.
Hey, Takwa.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Nsuta. Nsuta. All right. Bauxite is the raw material for the production of what? Is it brass, steel, aluminum, or bronze? Bauxite. Brass, steel, aluminum, or bronze?
Brass.
Oh. Intensing aluminum. All right, let's go. Power derived from rivers is called what? This one is easy. Thermal power, hydroelectric power, solar power, nuclear power. It's right there in your face. Power derived from rivers. Thermal power, hydroelectric power, solar power, nuclear power. 5 seconds more.
Hydroelectric power.
Hydroelectric power it is. Oh, thank goodness. We've got one more question for you in round 1. All right, let's go to the last question. The Asante Kingdom became an empire under whose reign? Was it Obiri Yebua, or Tutu the First, Nana Kwekujia the First, or Opokuwai the First?
Opokuwai the First.
Okay, no problem. Let's look at our glass half full. At the end of round 1, how much does Richard have? 600 Ghana cedis. Richard. Well, 600 Ghana cedis, but Richard has promised me he will save more.
Absolutely.
Well, we've come to the end of round 1. We're going for a quick break, and when we come back, we've got the activity round, round 2.
I'm tired of this country, but things are never gonna change.
Hi. The one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. And Ghana, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because, Charlie, we know
If we don't change,
things won't change.
Rena Song and Sayaba. Titum.
Yes! Power! Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us! We are the changeables.
Changeables? What does that even mean? Everything's changing.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
You're welcome back. How can we help you is proudly brought to you by First National Bank. And this young man over here is absolutely adamant that he wants to help Prosper, who has a little bit of problem with his education. But I believe by the time we're done with this show, Prosper will have a solution. Right, Richard?
Yes, absolutely.
And Richard, this your investigative journalism thing. It starts right now.
Sure.
I want to investigate how you have only 600 dollars.
We'll definitely go home with something.
You
huge.
go home with something? Well, he has promised me. So we've come to round 2, the activity round. So Richard, it's an easy round. Take a look at this screen for your options. Blind dunk, dart, or I know my lyrics if you feel like doing a little bit of music. What's it gonna be?
I'll go for the third option. I know my lyrics.
How's your voice?
Not good, but at least I know a few lyrics.
You know a few lyrics?
Yes.
All right, because you've got 1,500 Ghana cedis to keep in that account. Bro, if you can't sing, don't try.
We can.
If you can't remember the songs, don't try.
We can.
You believe?
Yes, I
Okay,
believe.
so who's gonna come and help you today?
Leonora, a friend of mine.
Leonora is helping you. All right, so please bring Leonora onto the show. Leonora, sister Leonora.
Yeah.
I hear Charlie. You know every song in the world. Is that true?
Not all, but I know quite a lot.
How do you guys know each other, by the way?
He's my friend on campus.
Why did you give it a 15-second? What were you thinking about? He's your friend on campus,
Yeah.
GIJ,
Yes.
and you're pursuing.
Journalism.
You're also pursuing journalism. Any
Yes.
specific areas or general journalism?
General journalism.
I see. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, do please rise up to the occasion. Just go up onto my stage. I will move right here. Okay. So, the two of you do look at the screen. You will have an option of genre. Let's take a look at the genres: inspirational, R&B, hip life, Afropop, or high life. Which one do you want?
I'm gonna go with high life.
High life?
Yes.
You're gonna go with high life? You sure about that? Richard? All right, sure. All right, high life it is. And in that category, we've got an option for you between Bless Me by Darko Vibes featuring Kitty or Jet by Mr. Drew featuring Creamy. What's it gonna be?
Jet.
Yeah. Hey, try. All right, no problem. So if you're ready, I'm going to explain this. When the song starts, you sing along, and then at the point you'll see there's a gap. You need to fill that gap. You've got 30 seconds to fill that gap. Okay? So you're singing, singing, singing. You see the gap, then you've got 30 seconds to fill it. All right? Let's go.
Hey, gonna why? About being a friend. Nanso suba sesa. Nansa ni amente wonka. Nansa mente wonka. Inti mabwa me ho.
All right.
Shewa na ji. So baby, don't be late.
I see where you're taking that. Okay, so Inti, what?
Bwa me ho.
Inti, mabwa,
Bwa me ho.
bwa, meho. All right. Well done to you. Oh, Richard. All right. Okay. It was the dance for me, man. All right. Okay, so we're going to do a second song.
Right.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready.
So let's go back to the category. The main category of 5. Let's take a look: inspirational, R&B, hip life, Afropop, and high life. Which one would you like?
Afropop.
Afropop. All right. In the Afropop category, you have an option between Da Baby, Mr. Easy featuring King Promise and Malik, or Activate, Stone Boy featuring Obo. Give it up. What's it gonna
Da baby.
be? Oh, Television girl. You know, I'm feeling it. All right. So it's Da Baby, Mr. Easy featuring King Promise and Malik. Let us go. And you know what the rules are. All right. So let's go.
She'll be helping me. Girl, I'm gonna be alright. Hey, girl, I want to
All
be your
right.
buddy.
Hold it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So, girl, I want to
Day
date.
your buddy.
Girl, I want to
Day
date.
your buddy.
Okay, let's see it. It's girl, I want to date your.
Oh, God. Okay.
That was close.
Wow. Body skin.
What is it? And the worst part is, professional girl, I want to date your body. You made my crew laugh. Sister. Oh, but you know what? 1,200 is not bad. Richard, you didn't make a bad choice at all.
Not at all.
But the way you look at her when she was, that was it for me. All right, guys, Lenora, thank you very much for helping Richard. At least he kept 1,200 in his account. On this show, some people have done some disastrous things in this category. So well done to you, and thank you very much for
you.
playing on his behalf. All right, we're going for a quick break, and when we come back, it's a girl I want to hear your body from me. Oh my goodness, how can we help you? We'll be right back. Of course, it's probably brought to you by First National Bank. Richard is going to be going in his third round. Hey, sister. We'll be right back.
I'm tired of this country. But things are never gonna change.
Hi. The one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. And Ghana, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because, Charlie, we know
If we don't change,
things won't change.
Renaissance and Sayaba. Titum.
Yes! Power! Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us! We are the changeables.
Changeables? What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
You're welcome back. How can we help you? Proudly brought to you by First National Bank. I've got the investigative journalist of the year next to me. He's managed to keep some money in his account because he's adamant that the young man Prosper needs to further his education. But now we are going into round 3. Charlie, round 3 is hard. Stop the game now and go home.
No, I'll proceed to round
You
three.
proceed. Ooh, love the energy. All right. So allow me to take Richard into round 3. Richard, I bring to you round 3. Look at all this money. It could be yours, my brother. 2,500 Ghana cedis. But you've got to do something for it.
Right.
Are you ready?
Very ready.
In round 3, it is called So True. You know what is so true?
Not really, but once it's so true, I believe I'll give the right answers, which are true.
I believe that what is so true is your commitment and dedication to Prosper and how willing you are to make sure that he can further his education with ease.
Right.
In this round, there are 2 parts. In part 1, you've got a phrase. The phrase is then followed with alphabets on the screen. And you've got to find the word that corresponds with the alphabet. Okay?
Yes.
Then there's part 2, which is the same, slightly more difficult. But Richard, I tell you what, when you get to round 2, if you feel you don't want to risk it, then you can shove your risk into a different place called the vault. Right? When you get to the vault, which is an option, by the way, if you don't want to proceed with the second part of round 3, you may answer the question and get it right and walk away with 5,000 Ghana cedis. Or you may answer the question and get it wrong. In which case, all the money you've made until that point will be cut in half. So now that you understand the rules, can we proceed with round 3?
Sure, you can.
Let's go into the first part of round 3. It is dangerous to drive a car when there are issues with these parts. The parts begin with an H, G, L, B, another B, and a W. Are you ready, Richard? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Let the timer begin. 60 seconds. With an H, G, L, a B, W, and a B. It's dangerous. If these things don't work in your car, it's dangerous.
The wheel.
Is it the wheel?
Yes.
Are you sure it's the wheel?
Yes.
Keep going, keep going.
The boats.
Keep going. They say, oh, the thing failed. Oh, the thing.
Break. The break.
The break. Yes. For 1, for 40 more seconds. Let's go. If it's raining and it's not raining.
The wiper.
2 seconds more. Oh, Richard. The headlights. You can't see, you can't drive. The gear lever. If you can't use it.
Battery.
The battery isn't working. How can the car move? Pressure. Pressure. I know. Okay. So this is part 1 of round 3. We can go to part 2. Or we can just go to the vault. Remember, the vault is 50-50. You get it right, you have all the money in the game. You get it wrong, you get 50% of the money you've made up until this point. But there's a risk. You're going to have to decide if you want to take or if you just want to go to the second part of round 3.
Let's go to the vault.
Sure.
Yes.
The vault is 50-50. If you don't get the vault correct, you get only 50% of how much money you made. Go to the vault? He wants to go to the vault. All right. You've got 15 seconds to answer the question in the vault. Remember, if you get it wrong, that amount of money you have, you get only half to take the prosper. But we've come this far, it's too late. So we've got to proceed. Ready? How many countries make up the United Nations? Is it 190, 193, 197, or 205? 10 seconds. 5, 4,
190.
3, 2. No, it's not 190. It's 193. Oh, Richard. Anyway, it was a risk you were willing to take. Richard, that means that your total amount, which was 3,400, is now 1,700.
Not bad.
It's all right, guys. It's all right. It's all right. Richard! Tell me what's going on right now in your mind.
Quite unfortunate, but all is not lost yet.
All is not lost. At least you're taking something to prosper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it happens. And that's the thing about game shows. Sometimes you win, but on this show, you always win. Maybe not everything you want, but as much as you can, right? And it's all for the greater good. Thanks, Richard, for playing for Prosper. All right. Richard takes home 1,700 Ghana cedis to Prosper, and we will show that donation right here on the show. Well, my name is Anita Erskine. We've come to the end of yet another extraordinary episode of How Can We Help You? And it's proudly brought to you by First National Bank. I want to hear from you. You want to play on this game for someone in your community? By all means, send me a message at the Anita Erskine across social media platforms. And of course, go to evolutioninternational.net. Tell us who you are. We'll help you out. And finally, you can also call that number you can see right now on the screen. Until next week, when we come your way with yet another extraordinary story and someone whose lives we are going to change. It is take care, God bless, and remember, you and I can come together. Let's make a difference. Okay? And build this nation one person at a time. Bye-bye.
First National Bank. How can we help you?